والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. I was not kind of ready, but I understand that we will finish today. I could not notice we were that fast. Interesting. Okay. Now we are at وَدُنْيَانَا حَدِيثٌ وَالْهَيُولَى حَدِيمُ الْكَوْنِ فَاسْمَعْ بِاجْتِذَالِ. This is the subject. وَدُنْيَانَا, our dunya, our world, hadithun is hadith. Hadith, created, after, created one. Opposed to qadim. You remember, I think earlier I wrote on the board. Qadim, hadith. Qadim, Allah is qadim. Has no beginning. Not created. Not created after any time or something. But hadith and hadith with alif, with ya, means what? Created after, was not there before, or before. So, Allah is qadim, Allah is not hadith, Allah is not hadith or hadith. So everything, other things are hadith and hadith. Now, وَدُنْيَانَا حَدِيثٌ, our dunya is hadith. وَالْهَيُولَى, now we are at Hayula. Hayula is according to philosophers, source of creation, or anything which is created from Hayula. I mean, like main existing material, something like that. This is philosophers. You know, philosophy, Greek old guys and this, they say something like all creation, these created ones, have either hawa, air, water, fire, I think earth, dust, something. They say 4 elements, anasir arba'a, unsur, anasir, element. 4 elements of, like, they don't know this chemistry, 99 elements, or now I think over 100 elements. This periodical in chemistry, everything is like 99 or 110 or 7 something now, elements. Human body, stones, trees, birds, everything is chemically, when you analyze, ended up to those elements. They did not know that time. So they thought elements, like if you analyze everything, you would end up to find fire, water, air, and earth, soil. Anasir arba'a, 4 unsurs. But these 4 unsurs have been created from Hayula. Greek philosophy. Philosophy is philosophy. So I mean, it is difficult to understand today, but centuries people studied this subject. So, وَدُنْيَانَا حَدِيثٌ, our dunya is hadith, وَالْهَيُولَى, but Hayula, that like something from which everything is created, Adimu, Adim, non-existing, Adam, Adimul Kavni, non-existing of being, Kawn, being, not existing. There is no such thing. So he is rejecting philosophers. Philosophers, Kalam is reaction to philosophers. This science is reaction to philosophers. Philosophers mess up. Philosophers mess up iman of the people. Mess up, changes philosophy. Philosophy is good? No good. No good. Fatima, don't rush into philosophy. A little is okay. More, no good. Because it messes up. They have different techniques in philosophy departments. The student goes over there, sit down. Yeah, what is your name? Are you sure your name is Professor? 50 years he is teaching. Are you sure your name is Hassan? How do you know? Because it gets confused a little bit. Table, what table? Are you sure this is table? Who told you table? You heard. Others are saying, that is why you are saying. If you had been in Russia, you would have spoken different language. Not table. So, shaking. They forget how to walk in the street, these students. Allah, what Allah? Who? When? When they dig in, these students become really obsessed. Some ideas, possessed, not obsessed, possessed. And this is what the book is trying to say us. وَدُنْيَانَا, our dunya, hadithun is hadith. Dunyana mubtada, hadithun is khabar. Hayula, adimul kamni, adim of kawn. Kawn, being. Kun fayakun, kana. Adim, adam. Fa'il bima'na maf'ul. Non-existing. Fasma, listen. Bijtidali, with joy. Jazala. فاسمع باجتزالي جزل اجتزل اجتزل يجتزل اجتزال. You listen this with joy, with happiness. Now about Jannah and Jahannam. وَلِلْجَنَّاتِ وَالنِّيرَانِ كَوْنٌ. Jannat, plural of Jannah. Niran, plural of Nar. Walil Jannati, four Jannas, and Wal Nirani, four Nars. Kawnun is existence. Jannah is there, Jahannam is there. What we read in other books? Al-Jannatu haqqun wal-naru haqqun. Huma, both of them, mawjudatani, are existing al-an, now. This is what the book says. This is what we read before. You remember? I mean, this class we followed here, Aqaid. Nobody in America studied فقه الأكبر, عقيدة الطحاوي, عقائد النسفي. I wonder why we studied, how did we study, and this is the last one. Nobody, I am telling you, I will bet you, not millions, just dua. I will bet you just dua. I am poor guy. You find one place who read, a group of people read these books, these ones. وَلِلْجَنَّاتِ for Jannat, وَالنِّيرَانِ for Nars, Kawnun is existence. They are existing now. عَلَيْهَا upon them, Jannat and Jannas and Niran, Marra, past, Murur, passing. Ahwal, plural of hal, situations. Khawali, khawali, khalaya, khalaya khulya, yakhlu yukhlu, khaliyun, ismul fa'il. Khaliyun khaliyani khaliyayni, khaliyatun khaliyatani khaliyatayni, khaliyatun khawaliyun, khawaliyu. Plural of ismul fa'il. Khawali, past, khali, qad khalat, in past. Marra ahwalun, ahwalun khawali, centuries passed on them existing. Jahannams are not for today existing, Jannah, Jahannam. They were there, situations passed on them existing. Vedul Aymani, Vedul Imani. Vedul Iman, a person who has Iman, Zu owner, Al Iman, a person who has Iman, La Yabqa, never stays. Baqiya, Baqiya, Buqiya, Yabqayu, Yubqayu, never stays. Muqiman, resident, residing. Never stay, will stay, residing. Bisu is Zambi. Because, ba sababiyya, because Su is Zambi, ugliness, badness of sin. A person who is sinner will not stay, will not reside if he has Iman. Where fi dari, at home, ishti'ali, fire, flame, shu'ala, ishti'al, Zuliman. Anybody who has Iman will not stay in Jahannam, in fire, forever. La yabqa. Will not reside in Jahannam forever. So, anybody who has Iman will come out. What is best thing in life? Iman. You protect your Iman. Best thing here in this world is Iman. You don't have health? No problem. Suffer? Okay. You will be rewarded a lot when you have Iman. No money? No problem. Somebody is hitting you, you will be rewarded because you have Iman. But if you lose Iman, go to other side, forever in Jahannam. If you have this much Iman, go to other side, though you were this much sinner, you have a chance to come out. You will come out at the end. Iman. There is nothing better than Iman. Okay. Now the subject finished. Really Aqaid subject, Ilm al-Tawheed subjects finished. Now writer itself, himself, is channeling to finish. لقد ألبست للتوحيد نظما. لقد, of course. ألبست, لباس. What libas? Dress. ألبس, باب الإفعال. ألبس, ألبس, يلبس, يلبس, إلباس. ألبست, I did. I did put libas. I put dress, cloth. To what? للتوحيد, for tawheed. What is tawheed? This science is all tawheed. علم التوحيد, علم البيان, علم الاعتقاد, علم الكلام. Three names. I put a dress on this science of tawheed, nazman, poetic poems. Nazm. Nazm means literally putting pearls, beads on string. Necklace, putting pearls on string. This is Nazm. Poem is like that because you are putting words in a measure, like measure poem. I mean, now English poem, or maybe in other languages, they say liberal poem, something like it looks like general writing. That is not poem. Poem must be measured, stanzas, metric, wazn. لقد ألبست للتوحيد نظما. I put nazm on dress of nazm. I put on tawheed dress of poems, poetic dress. I put the science into poem forms. بديع الشكل. بديع, marvelous. الشكل, form. بديع, original. بديع, right, original, you don't know. بديع, الشكل, شكل, form. بديع الشكل, original form, attractive form. كالسحر, like sihr. Sihr, magic. Al-halali, somebody may say haram sihr, the book says halal, like halal sihr. When I put in poem form, it became like, has magical power. Poem like halal sihr, halal magic, affects halal magic, effect on the.
It's a very beautiful stanza, very beautiful.
What does this poem يسلي القلب, يسلي تسلية, gives comfort, or solace, 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 comfort. القلب gives comfort to qalb. سلي, يسلي, تسلي, we use in Turkish, تسلي, gives تسلي, gives comfort. كالبشرى, like good news. بروح, with راحة. راحة, روح. راحة, rest. It gives rest to the good news and rest. You rest, you feel comfort. These poems. ويحيي gives life. حيا, حيا, أحيا, أحيا, يحيي, يحيي. يحيي. يحيي gives life. الروح gives روح. Ruh, spirit. Kalma'i, like water. Az-zulali, sweet. Like sweet water. Gives a person who is thirsty, like freshness and life. This poetic form has a magic power, gives comfort, and like good news gives rest and comfort, and gives life, spirit to a person. Now he is addressing you, us. فَخُوضُوا خوض Hawz Kevser, Hawz. Urdu speakers, they say Hawz, but instead of that. Hawz, pool. Tahuzu, you dip in pool, dive in pool. Khada, khawada, khuvida, yakhvudu, yukhvadu. Khud, khuda, khudu. You dive in. Fihi, in Hifzan, memorizing. Young girls, you need to memorize. Look, the book says like that. The writer says like that to you. Memorizing. You dive in, memorizing. Memorize. Wa'atiqadan, also i'tiqad-wise, i'tiqad belief. You memorize in words, tongue, mind, and in heart, believe, memorize. If you do tanalu, you will reach. Nail, nayala, nuyila, nayala, nuyila. Tanayala, to nuyila, to attain, to reach. Tanalu, you will reach. Jinsa, category. Asnaf, jinsa, kind, type, category. Asnaf, category. Al-Manali, gift of Allah. You will reach categories, kinds, types of the kinds, types, categories of Allah's gift. وَكُونُوا, you be عَوْنًا, help. هذا, this, al-abd, servant, meaning himself. Writer is meaning himself. Dahran, all the time, dahr, time. وَكُونُوا عَوْنَ هَذَا الْعَبْدِ دَهْرًا. You be help. You be in help to this brother, me, he says, the book. Dahran, all the time. Be with zikr al-khayri, mentioning khayr. You help me, this servant, all the time by mentioning with khayr. Mention me with khayr. Fi, in hali, situation, ibtihal, dua. In your du'as, mention me with khayr and help me out. لعل الله, maybe Allah, يعفوه, forgives him. Who is him? Himself. Abd. Bifadlin, which is fadl. You do dua, you do mention with khayr to me, mention me with khair, possibly Allah may forgive me with fadl ويعطيه. May Allah give him أعطى يعطي 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 السعادة, سعادة, happiness, as opposed to شقاوة, جنة. في المعالي, at the return, أعلى, to return to. مآل اسم مكان. What is that? Hereafter. في المعال, last return place in the hereafter. Allah may give him, meaning himself, Sa'ada. Sa'ada, you know, Sa'id Shaqi. Sa'ada Shaqawa. Sa'id Shaqi. وإني, me, myself, الدهر, all the time, whole time, dahr like century, like time. وإني me الدهر, all the time, أدعو, do دعاء. كنها, being. وسعي, وسع, ability. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. وسع. وسعي, my ability, my capability. Me, I, all the time, pray, do dua, with the full being of my ability. With all my ability, I am going to do dua. I am doing dua, liman, for the person, bil khayri, with khayr, yawman, one day, qad, da'a, did dua, li, for me. Anybody who does dua for me, he is saying, I am doing dua for him now, in his life. He says, look, you read this, do dua for me, do dua for me, do dua for me. I am also doing dua for you. All the life I am promising, he says. We don't know what was his age that time he wrote this one. But he promised, he said, that I am doing dua to you, to anyone who one day da'a, did dua bil khayr, with khayr, li, for me. I will be doing dua for him all the time. In Istanbul we have very strong state Ottoman Empire libraries, state libraries full of manuscripts. I don't think any library in the world has those manuscripts. So always at the bottom, at the end, last lines, last page is called colophon in Latin. Notes on colophon. Always I wanted to get their copies, translate Persian, Ottoman, Turkish, Arabic, and publish like that, like colophons of 17th century literary books, something like that. I mean, you get feel in another world. One I remember, somebody wrote a book, another person copied that book, some other person read that book and put a note here. So there are 3, 4 different scripts, different colors, different centuries, maybe different, 1 century different this note, on same page. So how to analyze them, how to know if there's centuries, because of the script, because of the color of ink. Big thing, big thing. I had a professor, Fuat Sezgin, who lives in Germany. Unfortunately, in 1960s, there was a coup d'etat, so that time they kicked him out from university. After that, he never returned to Turkey. He visited his mother like a lion. You kick me out, I am out. Now he has 10-volume books. This volume, little, in German language. 10-volume book, no English translation. History of Arabic literature, Arabic writings, history. Nobody can write any book like that. So, what I was going to say, I forgot. I intended to say something really. Yeah, I know him very well. In his book, first volume, he mentions my name because I was helping him out in this book. When he takes a manuscript 9 centuries old, 8 centuries old, paper, he looks like that, 832 here, right, written, this one. At the end, you find the date, it is 882.
Wow.
Never. Nobody in this world like him. No Muslim. Christians could be, non-Muslims could be, I don't know. No Muslim. Muslim scholars in your country, in my country, are preaching scholars, not research scholars. Don't mix these two. They pick here, they will all preach. American pastors, all preachers, no scholars here. In 15 years, I never met a scholar preacher. No. Some Jewish rabbis I met, yes, some Jewish, not all. Like a scholar, knows what he's talking about. Deep, book, something. Very, very safe. So, in that colophons like that, still I want to go. Somebody wrote me, Bilal who is studying in Syria, accepted Islam here. He wants to visit Turkey nowadays. I said, go to Brad Süleymaniye Library, see these manuscripts, where I can go. Then I said, Yahya Efendi Dergah, other mosques, just a list of. Then I forgot Bursa, then I wrote, hey, I forgot another city, go to Bursa. So he's Afro-American brother who accepted Islam here, who went to Syria. So in summer he said, I'm going to Turkey, what do you advise me? I advise you too much. Yes, I advise you too much. You get confused. I said, go to Hagia Sophia, go spend a week, 10 days, 15 days in Topkapı Museum. What 10 days? He will go perhaps for 3 hours, come out without seeing anything. I said, buy a good book where the whole history of these mosques and are given, read to graveyards and big aliens, their graves, there is inscription over there written how big alim was that. So yes, we are, I think, at the end of this subject. We finished. Now, I think I would like to not to continue now, but next time I will a few comments, make a few comments about this totally. I will read whole text, poem, once more, from beginning to the end, just reading, and we will do Fatiha at that time for this author. Perhaps I will conclude here at this. May Allah bless you. Reward, inshallah. So,